Gazelle, I wonder if you can just tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm Gazelle Buchholtz and associate in the Show for the Fact. And I also work as a climate change coordinator. And I have been writing a book which is also including some funny stories about climate change. Funny in a way, like a bit putting reality into odd context. So I really like an artistic approach into the subject about climate change.
And so our topic for this project, Breakthrough for Resilience, was to look at individual resilience, community resilience, and place-based resilience. Can you tell us a bit about why you think resilience is important?
Yeah, I can see as a grown up in Copenhagen, which is the capital of Denmark, you don't necessarily see a lot of nature there. So I also see it and have an education as a master in biology and communication, that being taught so much, like if we don't have a connection with nature, we don't necessarily want to care as much as we can for the environment and so on. So I really believe that it's important that we connect with nature in some way or another. And nature can be quite broad as a place you mentioned, so it can be in a small balcony, a park, it could be out with the big mountains as you have in Scotland here and so on. So it's really individual what is calling ourselves, but it's important to find something and in that way find a way to care and also wanting to protect and take care of it. And nature is also the resources we have as we use to heat our homes, the food we eat and so on.
Why do you think it's important that individuals and communities learn about tools for building their resilience?
I think the climate change crisis we are in right now can be quite overwhelming and can paralyze people, or you can believe like the little things I do doesn't matter, or people can feel very much alone in it and feel like we disappear in numbers, and we hear from social media about the state of the world, because we can feel really overwhelmed in this world, in the state of the world. We have this climate emergency, and if we can be inspired by people in our community, I think that can bring out a lot of power. And if I also believe that the little things I can do has an effect both in my mental health but also in my surroundings, I think we come quite a way if we get into a path which is more healthy than feeling paralyzed of the horrible news we hear about. So if we want to change it, we also have to take off from a caring place. Especially in a time where we see I see a lot of aggression on social media and small verbal fights about numbers and who's right and wrong, where I felt a bit like, come on, we are part of nature, of the environment. So I think if that is important, and to do that I think also artistic expression, where it's not necessarily all based on facts, but what emotions do we have, can we share that with others and go through, instead of thinking what is right and wrong, but more what thoughts do we have about this subject and can share that with each other. That I see also as an important tool for resilience.